when I'm in the forest. I breathe easier, I smile easier. It's a lot different.
Who's gonna bring it back to life? We're gonna make it, you and I. We're gonna save the world tonight.
Today, Earth Club from UC Merced is partnering up with Yosemite National Park to transport a native nursery plant location to the Yosemite campground, where basically there's a campground where they teach students about environmental stuff, forest stuff, and why people should care about the forest. There wasn't a club that connected everything that I wanted, so I came up with the idea of creating Earth Club, a club that brings individuals that care about the planet and want to do something to preserve it while they enjoy each other and the outdoors together. So that's why I created Earth Club.
We just got the plants in and they needed shade and they needed deer protection for a short period of time of maybe 3 months before we actually put them in the ground in the fall. Those plants are going to go into a wetland mitigation project. There's a lot of construction going on in the park, and part of that construction is taking away about 2 acres of meadow, and so we are restoring 2 acres of meadow in another section of the park, and all those plants are going towards that restoration project in the fall. Right now we're responding to a flood in the park and trying to observe as much as we can so we can gain as much knowledge right now as to how our resources respond to a flood. We're trying to restore the wild and scenic nature of the river back, which basically means putting in more natural bends into the river, more oxbows. It's not natural for a river to be so channelized and straight. We have basically felled trees into the river, anchored those trees down, and planted willows underneath the trees. And those willows will grow up and they'll catch sediment. Those trees will catch sediment and that'll create more natural bends in the river. It's a really huge engineering project undertaken, and this is the first of hopefully many of those engineering projects that will restore the wild and scenic nature of the Merced River.
I like to come out here because to me it just makes me seem like so small in a way that I'm just like, wow, like how much are we hurting our planet? You know, like we are so insignificant, but at the same time, like we are so selfish, you know, we only care, we put profit over people, essentially over ourselves. And that's sad, you know, that's sad to see we're such a capitalist country to not even think about, like, to not even question where our stuff is coming from.
The forest is worth protecting and preserving because the forest is basically the lungs of humans. Without the forest, we obviously will have a freaking polluted planet, and the future generations are most likely going to be at a disadvantage if we don't protect the forest.
These forests are meant to be preserved for our children, our posterity, because one day they won't be here, and then what do we have to say? You know, we messed up. We were the ones that took this gift away. And I think people should just go out into the wilderness and reset themselves more often, because we'll probably all be less crazier if we did that.
When you're up here, you choose your own adventure. You essentially just figure out what you want to do and have a great experience while you're here. It's been proven that when people spend time outside, when they look at something green, just anything green, it makes them happier, it makes their lives better, it makes them have perspective on their own life, on the people on their lives. It gives them a sense of place. Don't just come to Yosemite to see green. Volunteer in your state parks, volunteer just to like landscape a local green space in your city. Like, it will improve everyone's experience, including your own. Put something green outside your window, come to the parks and let them make you happy.